The fight between Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway is now in the books, and as the dust settles on what was a highly anticipated showdown, the reactions are pouring in from all corners of the MMA world.
Oh, he dropped Poirier in round 1! Poirier's down! He's back up though, chat! He's back up! Oh, Holloway dropped him again! It's gonna be sad! He's going out sad! He's back up and Holloway's pressuring!
Oh, straight left down. Oh, work your way up, work your way up. Oh, big shot by Max. Hit him on the bottom again. Yeah, the speed. He's in trouble right now. It's that speed, and then Max has got that power too. He's just a different fighter at 55. Oh, drops Max now. He hit him right behind. There's the ghillie. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Good right hand, uppercut, right hand wobbles Poirier from Max. Poirier wobbled here in round 2. Max teeing off. Max teeing off against the cage. Poirier shooting in. He's going to guillotine him. Oh, my God, no. Okay, Max on the back of Poirier beating him up.
Dustin a little bit wobbly. Covering up. Big shots from Max. Max is unloading. Dustin going for a takedown. Dustin desperately going for a takedown.
Man.
Now, Max is on top of Dustin. Oh, he's flattening him out. Holy shit. He's raining down shots. Dustin drops him. Holy shit. Now he's jumping on a ghillie. He's on a ghillie. 9 seconds to go. Oh my God! Max is out. Max is out. I thought for a second he was gonna get the ghillie. Holy shit!
Stand in the center. Let's go. Body shot from Holloway. Poirier lands back. Yeah, boy. All right, Poirier got mogged at the end of his career. How pathetic is that? Why, dude? Holloway, why do that to him, man?
I mean, a long career of the ups and downs. The knockouts, him knocking people out, him submitting people, him getting submitted. You know, I had Max Holloway winning. I like both guys. I like Dustin. I like Max. Max, when he started throwing that body kick, he did it against Jose Aldo when him and Jose Aldo fought. Once he started throwing that body kick, it disrupted the whole entire rhythm of the fight. And that's what he did against Dustin Poirier. Now, Dustin Poirier had his final fight. Didn't go the way he wanted to.
Before the fight, there was no shortage of opinions from some of the sport's biggest names. With all the drama leading up to UFC 318, everyone from past opponents to current champions weighed in on what they expected to happen inside the octagon. Islam Makhachev was one of the first to voice his thoughts on the matchup. He expressed a deep belief that Poirier would come into the fight stronger than ever, particularly due to the emotional weight of this possibly being his final bout. According to Makhachev, Poirier's focus on going out with a bang made him a real threat.
Yeah. From my opponent, I respect more two guys, Volkanovski and Dustin. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And I sent a message yesterday to Volkanovski. I saw his story in Instagram. He wrestled with somebody, and I sent a message. Hey man, come to Dagestan for 2-3 years. I really want invite my opponents, like former opponents, like Volkanovski and Dustin Poirier, because they have a lot of people who support them, a lot of people who love them in my country.
Yeah, that would be very cool to see you guys. I know you've invited Charles as well in the past, so
Yeah.
hopefully this happens
Charles
at some point.
also.
On the flip side, Alexander Volkanovski was just as vocal, but in his support of Holloway. Volkanovski, who had already clashed with Holloway in several epic battles, was quick to declare that Holloway would bounce back stronger than before. Holloway's ability to recover from tough losses was one of Volkanovski's biggest talking points, and he was convinced that Max would come into UFC 318 with a renewed sense of purpose.
His composure, his belief in himself, goes a long way. Like when you have that sort of belief in yourself, yeah, there's a composure that comes with it while you're in there. You know, when there are problems you're facing, you know, that confidence and belief in yourself to just work around them is always going to do it, because that's the same guy that turns up in the gym.
Yeah.
So if there's a problem in the gym, he's going to solve it. And the same comes fight time, which I feel that's helped me through my career, and I believe the same with him.
Tom Aspinall added a bit of controversy to the discussion by casting doubt on the whole concept of the BMF title. The belt, which was introduced in 2019, had often been viewed with some skepticism by fans and fighters alike, with many arguing that it doesn't carry the same prestige as a traditional championship. Aspinall didn't mince words, making it clear that while the BMF belt might be a title, it wasn't a world championship. In his view, Poirier and Holloway didn't need the BMF title to cement their legacies. They were already legends in the sport.
As a fighter, where's the psychology of this? Because he's coming into this, he's announced that this is his last one, it's in front of his hometown, the UFC have made this show for him. We're going to Louisiana for Dustin, the Diamond, Poirier.
Yeah.
So where do you think his head's at now walking into this last one with Max?
I think Dustin is going to have a bit of a F-it mentality,
Yeah.
I think he's just going to go like, look, it's the last one. I've got 9 losses. What does it matter if I've got 10? Let's just go for it. Let's just enjoy it. Like I say, hometown stuff. As we said at the top of the show, anyone who doesn't respect these guys,
Yeah.
they're not MMA fans.
No,
Do you
they're
know what I mean?
Chael Sonnen pointed out an interesting factor in Poirier's game, his ability to disrupt an opponent's rhythm. In the first fight between Poirier and Holloway at UFC 236, Poirier spoke candidly about how he had exploited Holloway's rhythm-based fighting style. However, Sonnen believed that Poirier's willingness to discuss this strategy could backfire. Holloway, being the adaptable fighter he is, could very well have adjusted his approach in the years since their first encounter. If Holloway had taken Poirier's analysis to heart, Sonnen speculated that Poirier might be in for a tougher time than he expected, especially if Max had evolved his game to counter this specific weakness.
And I think that you and I are two people that really appreciate what this belt means.
That was an incredibly strong analysis by you right there. I really respected that breakdown. Let me ask you one thing. When you're talking about he's got to fight like he did in rounds 2 and 3, how can Max weaponize pace?
Yeah.
Because that is one thing that he's got above everybody, and I would think even Dustin, but he wasn't able to use it. He wasn't able to wear him down and tire him out. Is that a size issue? Does it come back to this word rhythm?
That's
how
what it
does
was.
Max weaponize his pace?
But that's what it was in the second fight. Dustin was too big. And Max wasn't like, he even said it. He goes, I have a spare tire. He goes, I'm just gaining weight. This time, if we look at the Max Holloway that showed up at UFC 300, he was not fat. He looked like a legitimate 155-pounder. And Max has pointed to that. Max goes, yo, Max actually said, I've never thought about this, Chael. Max said, he goes, I think Ilia Topuaria's win streak is overrated. We were saying it was the best 3-fight win streak of all time. Max goes, it's overrated because you guys are looking at the names. He goes, but think about this. Volk had just got knocked out by Islam, came back way too fast. He goes, I got knocked out, sure. He goes, but I went up a weight, fought well, came back down a weight. So he was essentially, I think he was saying the weight cut and all the draining himself back down made him more susceptible to being knocked out. He goes, and what about Charles? Charles had won 1 fight in a row.
Former UFC champion Daniel Cormier, another respected voice in the MMA community, took a moment to reflect on Poirier's mental toughness, especially in his second fight against Holloway. Cormier highlighted how Poirier had faced serious adversity during their rematch, initially starting strong but eventually getting overwhelmed by Holloway's relentless pace. Despite the pressure, Poirier stayed calm and composed, ultimately weathering the storm and securing the victory. Cormier believed that this demonstrated growth in Poirier's game, showing how far the fighter had come since their first meeting.
The odds, DC, my bookie has them at a slight favorite for Holloway, -140, Poirier +110. Does that surprise you at all? Like, what's the case, given he's 0-2 against Dustin, for him to be the favorite as we enter fight week here?
I just think they saw what happened the last time he fought at 155. I think they saw what he did to Justin Gaethje, and I think because of that, they're giving him respect and credit for it. I mean, and he should get that, right? He fought a tremendous fight in that fight, so we'll see.
Meanwhile, Charles Oliveira, who has shared the octagon with both Poirier and Holloway, offered a perspective that gave both men credit, but ultimately sided with Poirier. Oliveira praised Holloway for his exceptional movement and striking, but when comparing the two, Oliveira gave the edge to Poirier's sharp boxing and fight IQ. Oliveira believed that Poirier's ability to control the pace and execute a more deliberate game plan would give him the advantage in a fight against Holloway, who can sometimes lean toward a more frenetic, volume-heavy approach.
Cara, quando eu lutei com o Holloway, eu não tive a luta, né? Porque foi muito rápido, por causa que eu tive uma lesão, né? Eu acho o Holloway um cara que se movimenta muito, um cara que pega. Mas, cara, o Dustin Poirier é um cara que eu tenho um respeito gigantesco. Pra mim, de todos que eu lutei, é o cara que tem um boxe mais afiado, é o cara que bate mais consciente, tem a mão muito pesada, né? Sabe jogar o jogo, vai lutar na casa praticamente. Então, eu acho que o Poirier ganha. O Poirier tá muito mais consciente, tá ligado? Eu acho que tipo, vai lutar muito consciente, muito malada para se tornar campeão. É a última luta dele, é aposentadoria, então vai lutar muito mais consciente do que já lutou.
Dominic Cruz offered his own analysis of what Holloway would need to do in order to win. Cruz suggested that Holloway could no longer afford to engage with Poirier in a straight-up stand-up battle, particularly in the pocket, where Poirier's punching power could be the deciding factor. Instead, Cruz recommended that Holloway diversify his striking attack, incorporating more kicks, body kicks, head kicks, and low kicks to neutralize Poirier's potent boxing. Cruz argued that Holloway's versatility in the striking department could be the key to outpointing Poirier and securing a win.
What I think we're going to see is this hand fight. Then you're going to see what we want to see out of Max is throw this backhand versus backhand on a southpaw. But what Dustin does real well is he slides back and he flips you over the top with a hook. Oh, counter right hook. So when you go to hit him with the right, boom, you're getting clipped. And then he follows the combo. Boom, then he bop, 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 and you get clipped. So what we got to see out of Max is not only the fake right there so that he can't time that slide back. So when I try to go, he's going to slide back. There, that's what we want out of us. Fit that. And then keep circling to the weak side. Then when you're ready, throw the right and throw the kick. Because he can't time the left hook if you're kicking him. So here, boom. That kick right there will work. The other thing we're going to see out of Max, I think.
Adding another layer to the pre-fight analysis, Michael Bisping, the former UFC middleweight champion, focused on the mental aspect of the fight. Poirier, fighting in his hometown of New Orleans, was undoubtedly going to feel the weight of the moment. Bisping pointed out that fighting in front of friends and family can sometimes add an unnecessary layer of pressure. He shared his own experiences, explaining how, as a fighter, performing in front of a home crowd can create a sense of anxiety that distracts from the task at hand.
Violence is guaranteed with Dustin Poirier, and that's why the people love him. Don't come into this one expecting Dustin Poirier to walk away with this one unscathed. If he does get the win, it's going to be tough. Either way, for both men, this is an incredible fight.
Israel Adesanya gave an interesting, no-nonsense perspective on the mental side of Poirier's situation. Adesanya, who had a history of speaking out on various fighters' mindsets, didn't mince words when discussing Poirier's emotional state leading up to his potential final fight. Adesanya issued a direct warning to Poirier: don't let sentimentality dictate the outcome of the fight. While the idea of having a beautiful ending to his career was a powerful motivator, Adesanya made it clear that if Poirier focused too much on emotions, Holloway would seize the opportunity and make him pay.
After the last fight with Ilya, Max will be more defensively sound because he's never been knocked out before. I don't think Max is he's not going to get gun shy. He's not the guy to get gun shy. But he'll be smarter now with the way, because again, the older you get, the more, because Max is taking a lot of shots. So your chin only holds up so long. Lightweight Max, I still think can knock out Dustin Poirier. And Dustin has taken Max's best shots in the past and keep going forward. this time could be different. I wouldn't advise that for Dustin.
Not everyone agreed with Adesanya's outlook. Paddy Pimblett had a different take on the fight, offering his own opinion on why Holloway might have the edge. Pimblett pointed to the fire of redemption that Holloway would surely have going into this bout. Holloway, having been defeated twice by Poirier in the past, was likely to be more motivated than ever, especially after his loss to Ilia Topuria. According to Pimblett, this sense of hunger and determination to right past wrongs could give Holloway the extra drive he needed to come out on top in this trilogy fight.
Motivated, and I can see Holloway winning, to be honest. Don't know why. I think it's just one of them. Dustin fighting in his hometown, his last fight, everyone expects him to win, the pressure. I think it might...
Man, you picked Holloway too. He could have probably picked someone that was a little more favorable. You know what I mean?
Well, you know why?
I think it's a bit more favorable because he's beaten twice, though.
Sure, I think so. I think so. Yeah, but it's also the business move because you need to have a title for a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And you don't need that
right?
shit. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Who's going to walk out first? Who's going to walk out second? Because they're saying
you can't have Poirier walk out first.
That's what I mean.
They're
saying it's the BMF belt, his hometown. He's coming out. He might come out first.
It is Holloway versus Poirier too, right? On the bill.
Yeah. And then Ige and Pitbull are the co-main.
Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
And Zellhuber and Michael Johnson on that card.
Yeah,
that's a fun fight. I like that fight a lot.
Yeah.
Eddie Alvarez echoed similar sentiments. He pointed out that when a fighter mentally checks out, the results can often fall short of expectations. If Poirier had already mentally prepared for his retirement, Alvarez warned that this might take away some of his edge in the fight. For Alvarez, the most critical factor in a fighter's final bout is their mental state, and it was clear that Poirier's mindset would play a significant role in determining the outcome of the fight.
I guess before I move on from lightweights, in a few weeks here, the next pay-per-view that's headlined by Dustin Poirier's retirement fight against Max Holloway. How do you think that one goes?
Damn. Dustin beat him twice already, right? Beat Max twice.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with retirement fights and when people announce them that I don't like. This is what I don't like. People, if you are saying I'm done, right, then you're already done. And there's this small little thing in your mind where you've checked out. Even if you trained really hard and you put your best camp in and all that. And this is a sport where you have to be all in mentally, physically, emotionally. And I never like when guys pre-commit to being finished and then still fighting their last fight. When over time, as I watched that happen, the guy I watch, maybe it could be like 70-80% of the time that guy doesn't win.
So what were your reactions to the fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more MMA content like this.